I'm Danny Kanell of CBS Sports HQ, breaking down all 40 college football bowl games with my guys, Tom Fornelli and Barrett Sallee, to help you with picks versus the spread, not just winners, but versus the number. It's time for the Independence Bowl between the Miami Hurricanes and Louisiana Tech. Miami is a 7-point favorite, despite, you talk about limping to the finish line, losing back-to-back games versus FIU's first win versus a Power 5 team, and then going on the road to lose at Wallace Wade Stadium and Duke's not even that good this year. That's the crazy thing about this one. So a little bit of a mess for Manny Diaz.
I sense some pleasure in your voice,
yeah,
DK.
Yes, though. Well, I would take a lot more pleasure if we had beaten them at Florida State, but because we didn't, I can't, because they're bad. That means Florida State's even worse, but that's a whole other story. Louisiana Tech, pretty nice season for them, 9-3 finish, still finding themselves at a touchdown underdog. Tom, which way are you leaning in this one?
I'm leaning Louisiana Tech because, I mean, honestly, if you're Miami, how excited are you to be going to Shreveport to play in the Independence Bowl? You're in Miami, and now you've got to go to Shreveport for your bowl. I mean, I live in Chicago, and it's December, and it's not exactly lovely weather here. And if you were giving me a list of places to go for my vacation for the new year, I'd probably go through a lot of places before I finally settled on Shreveport. So I don't think the Hurricanes are very excited. I don't think the Hurricanes have been very good. You just talked about them finishing the season with losses to FIU and Duke. But, I mean, on a talent level, yeah, Miami should win this game. It should be favored by 7. It should probably be favored by more, if we're being honest. It's just I don't see this team doing it. We've seen this team in this situation a lot of times this year where it has not been able to follow through. And this is a Louisiana Tech team that has been very good. They're 9-3 on the season, but those 3 losses, one came in the season opener against Texas, and their 2 losses in conference play came in games where they had suspended their starting quarterback, Jamar Smith, and their leading receiver in Adrian Hardy. So they were handicapped in those games, and had both those guys played, we're looking at a team that might have gone undefeated through Conference USA play and might have been playing against FAU in that Conference USA championship game. So I think this is a matchup for the Bulldogs where they're probably better than most people realize. I think Skip Holtz has done a very good job with this team. It's a veteran team, and everything's coming together. And in their last 7 bowls, this is a team that's 6-1 against the spread. Their last 10 times as an underdog, they're 7-3 against the spread. So they play well in these spots. And I know that they're happy and excited to be there because this is a big bowl game for them against a Power 5 program. This is a chance for them to show the world, hey, we're pretty good. Whereas on the other side of that sideline, I don't know how excited Miami's going to be to play in this game. So I will take the points, and I will say, don't be surprised if Louisiana Tech wins this one outright.
Tom, how dare you slight the Shreveport-Bossier City Metroplex? You don't like going to casinos in Bossier City. Come on, man. There's nowhere better to be during the holidays. No, I can't even finish that sentence.
Shreveport.
No, but like honestly, like we've talked about in a lot of these games, if there's a team from a local region playing, if they're going to be motivated. Ruston's only a few miles from Shreveport. I don't necessarily know if Louisiana Tech is going to be that excited to play this Miami team. Now, I would never bet on Miami. After what we've seen this year, you have to be out of your mind to actually pick one way or the other on Miami because you never know which Miami you're going to get. But I think in this instance, you have to go with the athletes. Miami has a ton of athletes defensively. I think they'll be able to slow down a Louisiana Tech offense that, when at full strength, is pretty darn solid. And I don't trust any of the quarterbacks on Miami's roster. None of them. I don't want any of them to see the field ever again after this game. But they still have better athletes. They have a month to prepare, sort of decompress, figure out what went right, figure out, more importantly, what went wrong and how to fix it. They do have the common opponent in FIU. I don't really care all that much. I'll take Miami. I'll trust the athletes, but again, I would sprint so far away from this game if I was in the sports book that you'd have to track me down with a cop car. There's no way I'd bet on this game.
Yeah, hiding in Shreveport, nobody would find him.
One of my favorite things.
How dare you?
One of my favorite things on Twitter is Tom Fornelli. At Tom Fornelli is his Twitter tip of the day with the flashing sirens all across it. And I would agree that if there was one for this game, that the flashing sirens would say avoid, as Barrett Sallee is alluding to, because I do think this is one. I have no idea what you're going to get here. I think it'll be sloppy. I think it'll be ugly. I don't even feel great about the total because I just don't know. Does that mean there's no defense played, nobody cares, and they're going to have a shootout? Or does it mean you're going to have, defenses out there and the offense is sluggish? I have no clue what I'm going to get in this game. If I was forced to take a side, I would probably lean to Louisiana Tech again. It's been a disastrous finish to the season for Manny Diaz. This Hurricanes team, guys are worried about the NFL, even though probably they don't have much NFL talent on this roster. I think they view themselves as that, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys, if they don't sit out the game entirely, they just hang it up during the game and say, pull a hammy or whatever. So I do not love this game. If I was going to lean one side, it is Louisiana Tech. But who knows? This is a game that we're all trashing. It's probably going to be like the most entertaining game of the bowl series.
You know what the alternative is just go across the river and go to Bossier City and gamble.
Yes.
Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Exactly. That sounds like a fantastic idea. In any case, that is the Independence Bowl. The Miami Hurricanes facing Louisiana Tech Thursday, December 26th at 4 p.m.